Tonight in a special live Price of Freedom, Josh Rowe is at the Carmike Majestic Theater downtown. He's telling us more about a movie bringing awareness to the issue of veteran suicide. Josh.
Kim and Lauren, we're talking about the movie Project 22. It's all about veterans and the struggles that they face when they come back from combat. We're here at the Carmike Majestic. You look behind me here, you see some of the big movie posters from the movies coming out pretty soon. The new Bradley Cooper movie over here. You see the Terminator over here. Entourage is down there. You will not see a Project 22 poster in this theater tonight because it's here for one night only. Tonight's showing. Let's take a look at a clip from the trailer.
The price of war is a man, or millions of men and women that relive those horrors every single day of their life. Every day.
This is one of the filmmakers here. His name is Doc King, Matt Doc King. They call you Doc because you were an Army medic, right?
Yes, sir.
Tell me about your story. You were in the Army, you were a medic, and you were also injured in combat, right?
I was, yeah. Minor injuries, but I actually served with Kevin Walker, the medic that requested Project 22 here. And that was a decade ago, so I'm excited to be here. But we served as medics together with 1-9 Infantry in Ramadi, Iraq.
Yeah. So tell me about the movie. Why did you make it, and how did this project get off the ground?
Well, if you remember early 2013, the VA study came out that mentioned the number 22. Right. 22 veterans a day committing suicide. That started a conversation with me and a friend of mine, but it hit home a couple months after that when the situation became intensely personal for us, and at that point we just knew we had no other choice but to do this, get out there and search for hope, and in a format that we could then share it with other veterans, what we'd found. So.
From what I understand, it was you and another veteran friend of yours, and when you started this project, neither one of you had ever really worked a camera at all. How did you get a movie shot when knowing you had 5 guys, 2 of you veterans, and very little experience?
It was the community, absolutely the community. Like you said, no experience as filmmakers. We had no money to start with. It was all donation based. And even when we left, it was a road trip across the country. Yeah. And when we left, we had about maybe a third of our interviews scheduled. And the community stepped up. They donated. They gave us places to stay. And most of all, the veterans that we sat down with just opened their hearts out. And that's what made this movie what it is right now.
When you see the trailer, it is very powerful. We just saw a clip from it there. How did you know these people? Were these people that you knew, that you served with, that are in the film, or the people that you've met along the way? How did you find these people?
I didn't serve with any of the warriors in the film, neither did Dan, except for Theo Collins in Pittsburgh, who kind of orchestrated that setup. But no, once we started reaching out, it was amazing how they wanted to tell us their stories, and they would then in turn have 1 or 2 other guys that we needed to speak to. Yeah. Along the way.
So what is your goal with this? You said this is your 5th showing. You've got more showings scheduled. What's your goal?
The goal is to get every veteran to see this film. Yeah. I know that not every veteran has extreme challenges coming back, but I do believe that all of us can learn something from each other, and that's really what this film is. It's veterans telling their stories, the challenges they faced, and then what brought them through. So at the end of the day, my goal is just to give veterans something that they can latch onto and find some hope in.
All right, Doc King, thanks for your time. Best of luck to you, and congratulations with the film. We will see that here tonight. Now, they have sold about 102 tickets, about 3 away from selling this thing out. It starts at 6:30 tonight. Filmmakers, Doc King, as we told you about, Marine Corps veteran Dan Egbert as well. If you're watching at home and saying, I want to see this movie, well, the tickets for tonight you can't buy anymore, but there are some showings around the area, including one in Murfreesboro coming up on June 22nd, but you have to buy tickets because it's not confirmed just yet. Info for that event can be found on the website tug.com. That is TUGG.com. It's a website where a lot of independent filmmakers go to get their films in theaters. We'll have more from the Carmike Majestic coming up later in this show. Right now, let's go back to the studio to Kim and Lauren.
All right, thanks, Josh. Looking forward to seeing more from Josh at the Carmike Majestic a little bit later in the show.
Let's go back out to Josh Rowe with the Price of Freedom tonight.
He joins us again from the Carmike Majestic Theater in downtown Chattanooga. The limited release film Project 22 is showing there tonight. It's a cross-country mission to raise awareness of the high-rate veteran suicide. Josh.
Kim and Lauren, we're here talking about that movie Project 22 as we told you about earlier. We want to take another look at the trailer right now.
I didn't need to act as if I were a victim, because I'm not. You know, we're victors, all of us. If you wore the uniform and you're here and you're breathing, you're a victor. Congratulations, you made it. Do good with that.
Actually, come on in. Come out, Tusha. Or you want to be on one of this? Yes, this is Kevin Walker right here. He is the local organizer of this film coming here to Chattanooga. You actually served in the Army with Doc King. Tell me this: why was it so important for you to bring this movie here?
I think it's important that anybody can see this movie. The mission that it has, I can't think of the correct word, the message that it puts out is what is important. Yeah.
You told me earlier that one of the reasons as well is that you wanted to see it yourself. And I think that a lot of veterans who have bought tickets who will be here tonight kind of feel the same way. They saw the clips and said, I want to see that movie.
You're absolutely right. I mean, this is something I want to see. I've been wanting to see it since I first heard him talk about it.
Sure.
And I do believe you're right about that. Other veterans as well wanting to see it for themselves.
Yeah. Matt was telling me that you guys served together 10 years ago. Is that right? 10 years ago?
It is. 2003, 2004.
And you guys hadn't spoken in the decade in between your service and now, and this has kind of brought you guys back together in a lot of ways.
Yeah, it is. It's fantastic. It's really good to see him again.
Yeah. Tell me about selling these tickets, because you needed, what, 68 to get this here?
69, I think, was the hard number we needed for it to be shown.
Yeah, and you sold 102, 3 short of a sellout. You have to be proud about that. That's pretty great.
It is. Well, I'm actually proud for Chattanooga, supporting veterans and supporting the cause.
All right, Kevin Walker, thanks for your time. I really do appreciate it. Congratulations and best of luck with everything going on here at the showing tonight. All right, let's go back to the studio now to Kim and Lauren.
Hi, Josh. Thanks so much. Tonight we have a special live Price of Freedom.
Josh Rowe is at the Carmike Majestic Theater downtown Chattanooga for a movie showing that brings awareness to the issue of veteran suicide. Josh.
Kim and Calvin, we want to show you some of the theater right now. Folks are starting to show up. You see people all behind me here. You see the filmmakers standing around as well. That's Doc King over there on his phone greeting folks as they come in. It looks like we've got quite a few of the people here for the movie showing up right now. This here is Brent Henson. He has nothing to do with the movie necessarily. He's just a local veteran who wanted to come out and watch this movie. Is that right?
That's correct.
Why did this movie bring you out?
Well, I think this is an important cause to address the 22 veterans a day that are lost to suicide. Today actually is the 4-year anniversary of my friend Brian Portwine. He was a brother of mine, served with me in the Army over in Iraq. He committed suicide 4 years ago today. He suffered from PTSD and TBI and struggled through the VA healthcare system getting appropriate treatment. So,
you served in Iraq. You understand the issues that are in this movie, correct?
Correct.
Tell me about that. How hard that is to come back from combat and try to adjust to the civilian life again.
It's certainly a lot different. It's a big adjustment that you have to make, and the stigma that's faced by people that have PTSD. Kind of discourages veterans from seeking the treatment that they should and getting the help that they should. They're afraid to admit, they feel weakness to reach out for help. So I think projects like this are important to kind of combat that stigma.
Yeah. You're carrying some boots. What are the boots about?
These are some boots. The makers of this film actually asked for people to bring in boots. It's going to be a project going on in Maryland this summer called 22 Needs a Face, and it's also to further raise awareness of the 22 veterans a day that are lost to suicide.
All right, Brent Henson, thanks so much for your time. We really do appreciate it. Great to meet you.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Movie starts here at 6:30. We'll have more on this film tonight at 11. Right now, let's go back to the studio to Kim and Calvin.
All right, Josh, thanks so much.